Hello, hello, hello. I love it when I click the button to come on here because it says it's showtime and I feel like doing a big song and dance and it just makes me feel very excited. Anyway, I'm here and I'm looking forward to, I have a guest coming on this evening and I know it doesn't follow my format, but there's a reason for that. Oh gosh, spirit are close to me, so I have an itchy nose. That's always a good sign. So let me know if you're there. Let me know who's out there. Please put your comments up, and then we're going to do the normal. I want questions from you, and any names for healing. Please let me know. We have a thumbs up already. That is really exciting. So. Oh gosh, I've been working on socials and so learning about socials this week. Gosh, it's hard work, and it's a bit of a minefield, in fact. And I'm one of these people that goes from one thing to another to another to another, and then comes back in a circle and think, oh my gosh, my brain is just in overload. So today, hello, Robert. Today was really wonderful because I actually went and spent an hour down at the beach working in my car, and it was just so lovely to do that, just to get a break from the house and just to have that different environment around me. And I put a post up that I'm actually going to be going down in my van tomorrow, so I will go down in my van and sit in the luxury and comfort of that, and do some more work because it is just so. It helps my brain anyway, but it's just so lovely. But I must admit, I get a bit distracted with the birds and the people and whatever. But hey, doesn't matter. While the sun shines, make hay, as they say. Okay, so let me know who you are, and if you've got any names for healing, let me know. And any questions, also let me know. And I will do my best to be able to help you and answer them. So self-care is extremely important, Rob. You're right. And I think that's why I thought I need to have a break. But it was exciting today because I turned up at the school, my little one. So one's in year 3 and one's in year 1. And they didn't know I was coming today. So I nearly got bowled over in the playground by very excited children. But that was, for me, that was self-care. And then going down the beach, that was self-care as well. So, yeah. It's very hard, well, people do know, when you work for yourself, the buck stops here and you've just got to keep going and going and going. And because I'm so passionate about the work that I do, I'm trying to do it in a different way. So I'm hoping that there will be some changes that people will notice and see. And there's also some exciting new venues. So this year I will be working in Brisbane, in Melbourne, in Adelaide, Sydney, and Canberra. Canberra's next year. So there's some major things happening there. So if you want me in a place near you, just tell me. And that's for shows and readings and what else is it? House parties. House parties are really great because you get about 15 people roughly, and everybody gets a message, and it is a really fun environment to be in. And I've been taking my cards with me, my lovely cards that I've been using. And everybody's enjoyed that. And it's funny because I always vowed I would never do cards, but anyway, I'm doing cards. So I'm hoping that my lovely guest will come on shortly. We'll see. But there is this weekend there was an opening for a business called, and I'm going to say it wrong, I know I am, Enteleki Living, and it's at 479 Princess Highway in Woonona. Now, they opened this weekend and they had all sorts of things on, but they're going to have yoga, iridology, tapping, vinyasa, qigong, massage, song, circles, sound healing, health checks, artwork. And this is run by a lady. It was the dream of a lady called Anna. And I'm going to put a banner up here so you can actually, if you're interested, in coming to Woonona. There's her telephone number. But she's organized this most incredible building. I didn't get to go, unfortunately, but a friend of mine went. And I was a bit disappointed that I missed it. But there was so much on offer, and they've got rooms to rent if you're into any of the healing modalities. But they've also got an awful lot of healing modalities as well. So I'll leave that information up there for a little while, and we will see. Well, hopefully, if you're in the area or you want to come down and visit, give them a ring, find out what's on offer, and then, you know, it's surprising. But I'm a great believer in. You see so many people who do work for themselves, and they keep it all to themselves, and they think that they, by keeping it to themselves, they're going to better themselves. Well, I actually find that if you share what you do and what you know with other people, one, you're helping other people, but two, you're growing yourself as well. Because I do feel that it's extremely important to understand about that sharing. So Vera. Oh, thank you very much, Vera. Lovely to see you. Oh, excuse me. Lovely to see you. Mandy, always good to see you. Lenny, hello. And sharing is caring. Absolutely, it is. I was trying to find on Instagram today, I was trying to find a song that depicted sharing is caring, and I didn't quite get it, but it doesn't matter. I found some other songs. I found Queen, It's a Kind of Magic. And you know, when you're working on the beach or you're working down at the beach, it feels like magic. The number of people who say to me, you're so lucky living so near the water. I always said to my mum when I was growing up, I would be living near the water if I get the opportunity. And as I am, I'm very lucky. So what have you been doing this week spiritually? Anybody got any names that they need healing? Please let me know. Hello, Roger. Lovely to see you. It is one of your favorite Queen songs. Am I surprised, Rob? But what have you been up to? It's, as I said earlier, I've been spending a lot of time going through videos and podcasts and things on how to do socials, and oh my gosh, they are so hard. But the thing is, somebody was saying to me today, you've got to keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. So you can't actually give up on anything. You've just got to keep it going and going and going. And there's all these wonderful people that tell you, you know, how to do it and whatever. Lenny, my dad's in spirit. My dad, and he's named Roger. That's really nice. Well, Roger, my friend, is a lovely man, and I'm sure he'd be a great dad. Well, he is a great dad. I know that for a fact. So it was interesting because I picked up this glass to bring with me today, and it's got a picture of Marilyn Monroe, along with my lipstick, of course. And I was going to ask the question, any of you that do readings, have you actually brought through anybody famous? Now, again, years ago, I used to listen to some mediums and think, oh my gosh, you know, they're just trying to sensationalize, or I can't even talk today, sensationalize or whatever. But I would like to know if any of you mediums out there have actually brought any famous people through. Now, I feel very blessed. I'm a great Princess Diana fan, and I actually brought her through 3 times in readings. Now, it was really interesting because I'm giving the information, can't remember now what it was. And I said, if I didn't know any better, I think I was talking about Princess Diana. And they went, she was my friend. I worked with her, and we worked on a charity together. So there were the 3 connections. And it was just, I was amazed, because I didn't want to do that. But when you have somebody come through, you've got to really trust what you're getting, and you've got to give it out. So I trusted that, and luckily, because it definitely worked, and they definitely were there for me. So I'm just trying to see where my lovely friend is. I'm sure she'll come on. Anyway, so any famous people that you've brought through, please let me know, because that's interesting. And the other one, because I've got the Marilyn Monroe glass here. My lovely friend Ian Tamplin got me that when I was in the UK. And he's got me some photographs, which I haven't got down to framing yet, so I need to get on to that one. But I was... It's really funny. Now, please, I don't know whether I should ask you to picture this or not. Hello, Darren. But I was actually lying in a bath of bubbles, and I had a glass of champagne in the bath with me. Not literally, but, you know, on the side. And I was sort of drifting off and relaxing. And all of a sudden, Marilyn Monroe came through. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, she would love the bath with the bubbles and the champagne and all of that. And I just had this little conversation with her. And I thought, gosh, if I tell people this, which I'm doing now, they'll think I'm crazy, which I am not. Yes, so Bella, is Bella on, Lenny? I don't know. Bella probably needs some healing. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you can bring people through, and you've just got to trust. And I know that that is really important, to trust the evidence that you get. Okay, so I'm going to take the Entelechy living down. So if anybody wants that, then please let me know. Oh, I could leave it up there for a minute. Aquarius is never crazy. Oh, Lenny, we're the craziest in the book, aren't we? Darren, I think you're from the UK, and I know I've seen lots of comments and things from you recently, which is lovely. But let's have these names and questions, names for healing and questions. So Natty Cat, hello. I was just saying to people that I'm coming down to Melbourne. Now, that was spurred on by last week's live, where there were various comments saying, when are you coming? When are you coming? So I got on the phone a couple of days later and it's all in the pipeline. So it's going to happen in April. And I'm trying to actually orchestrate a couple of things at the same time, so I can make this work. And what I was going to say, I'm going up to Canowindra. I always want to say Canawindra, but it's where they do the balloon festival. And I'm excited too, Nat, which is lovely. But I'm going up to Canowindra, and I'm going up for the balloon festival. But I'm doing a show at the Soldiers Club in Canowindra, and it's actually a fundraiser, and the fundraiser is for the lovely Emily Thomas, who is a 16-year-old hammer thrower. I was going to say shot putter, but she can do it all. So she's a hammer thrower, and I'm raising funds to help her, because she's going to be in the 2032 Olympics, and she's going all over the place at the moment, which is really lovely, and winning medals left, right, and center. So I decided that I know the family, I know them quite well, actually. So I decided that I would go up and raise some money for them. But I'm going to be doing readings up there as well as seeing the balloons. If you haven't seen the balloon festival in Canowindra, it is absolutely incredible. I put a post up somewhere this week of my van with these beautiful red balloons behind it. It was just gorgeous. Yeah, Nat, you're excited about me coming. So am I. Darren, living in Blackwall, Central Coast. Okay, all right. So it's a different Darren in the UK. Nice to meet you, Darren. And Michelle from Bathurst. Have I seen you before? Because I'm actually coming up to Bathurst in April. On the way up to Canowindra, I'm going to be doing a show up there. So keep an eye out for all that information. Tina, how lovely to see you again. Yeah, Lenny, Canowindra's in your neck of the woods. Robert, you had a unique experience of seeing a spirit recently in Hinkler Park in Katoomba. Isn't it amazing when you do see spirits and you think, is that me? Is my eyes? Am I going crazy? But when you do see them, it is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, Michelle, go onto my website. I'll put my website information up here. Hold on a second. And if you go on my website and you can join my database, my newsletter, and then you'll be able to see all the events that are coming up. So they're going to be going on the website slowly. And of course, I've got a whole month in the UK in May, which I'm going to try not to burn myself out like I did in September last year. That was a bit crazy. But I've got 6 shows already booked with Jenny Doherty, who is an amazing medium. And then we've still got another couple in the pipeline. So that's rather exciting. Now, my lovely surprise guest has arrived, which is rather exciting. And I'm going to bring her on. The lovely Luda Ost. Here she comes. Here she comes. Here she comes. Why are you not coming? Hang on, I've connected you. There you go. Gosh, that took a little while to come up. Yay. Hi, Luda. Can you hear me? Oh, you might have a bit of... Have you got a problem with your internet? Have you got a problem with your internet, Luda? Yeah, it's a bit pixelated. But anyway, never mind. We will carry on. Okay. Now I'm putting up the information about. So Luda is a lovely medium in her own right, and I was just asking the question, Luda.
Hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Have you ever done a reading where somebody famous has come through? I was just talking about that. I'd be interested to know if you have.
Yes.
Who have you brought through?
Oh, okay.
I didn't hear you because it's all gone a bit quiet. So who did you bring through, Luda?
Not as of yet, no. Mostly
you haven't
family
as of
members,
yet.
Mostly family members. No one so quite famous, not just yet, no.
Oh, I was just saying, I brought through Princess Diana 3 times, and they were for 3 people that actually knew her, which was incredible. Because I was saying that when you do this work, you really have to trust, don't you? When you get that information.
I haven't brought through anyone famous just yet. No, I think I'm too nervous.
Oh well, we may have. We may have preempted it now, Luda, so you might get somebody. So the reason I asked Luda to come on tonight, I know it's out of sync with my my format. So first and second Monday is just chatting.
Yes,
the
that's
third
true. Absolutely,
is
you do, yes. But I haven't yet.
Okay, we got a bit of a delay with you as well, Luda. Yeah, anyway, okay, I'm going to keep going. So Luda has been my student and worked with me, and we've done all sorts of things, and we've known each other for a fair while. But I was out and about on the weekend at a crystal fair, more crystals, and I saw a flyer, a leaflet, which I have in my sticky hands here, about the show. So I actually rang Jenny Wedderburn, who runs the show alongside of Luda. And I asked her, would she like to come on and talk about the event which happening on the 24th and 25th of February. Now, I know that there's lots of, oh, well, I can let you talk about it, Luda. Hopefully we can hear you all right. So do you want to tell us what's going on?
Yeah.
We're not getting your voice, Luda. I think your internet's a bit all over the place, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah. Oh, sure, I'll give it a go. If I start breaking up, please take balance. We're going to have an actual show, so something different. as opposed to your normal ones. We're going. Oh, okay.
I think we
Yeah.
can hear you now.
That's not okay. Might not work. I don't know. Yeah, my internet is a little bit slow over here.
It's a bit of a shame. So what it actually
Sorry.
is a psych. That's okay. It's okay. I'm happy to have you on here anyway. So it's a psychic wellness
Might working. Yeah, might have to take over. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Don't go away. Don't go away.
Okay.
So it's a
Can you hear me now?
wellness.
If you
Yeah.
hear me,
A
we
psychic
have
wellness and spiritual.
the psychic show Wollongong on Street. We have some entertainment.
I'll just talk, Luda. Because you were breaking up. So it's a psychic wellness and spiritual festival presented by Divine Soul Events, which is actually Jenny Wedderburn, who's a beautiful lady, and Luda as well, and they've been putting all of this together. And it's actually at, and I've got the information up there. So anybody that's in Wollongong on the 24th and 25th of February, it's at the Builders Club. Oh, hello, Eva from, the joy of live streaming. Thank you, Nat. Eva over in Sweden, lovely to see you again. So there's going to be lots of readers, mystics, mediums, tarot, oracle, numerology, astrology, aura, healings, Reiki, kinesiology, energy, crystals, gems and jewelry, candles, oils and aromatherapy, divination and ritual products. Oh, that sounds exciting. Unique artworks, and then retail speciality and lifestyle stalls, inspirational workshops and seminars. And I know that the lovely Florence King will be performing on the Sunday. I'm not sure about the Saturday, but I know that she's performing on the Sunday. And then she's hot-footing it up to Ramsgate in Sydney, and she's doing the show with me. I don't know how she's going to manage to do that, but Florence can do anything. So is there an entry fee for this as well, Luda? It doesn't actually say on here if there's if there's an entry fee. So so anyway, the Builders Club, 61 Church Street. Now, Luda is a medium in her own right, as I've said, and she's busy. She's always flat out doing work. And I've actually,
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Are you able to hear me at the moment?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Yes.
I'll go into the chat.
Oh, Jenny's on, and she said it's a $2 entry on the Sunday 10 till 4. Oh, okay. It's the 25th. Sorry, not the 24th.
There is a slight delay. I can hear every time you're talking.
Yeah.
It's, and it's delayed. So I'll just let you know, Florence is actually on the Saturday and will be singing, and then we're going to have Florence Kim come in Sunday. Yes, yeah.
Sunday.
So on the day,
yeah. So it's a $2 entry, and
for the mediumship show and the entertainment, and that get an event, $75, and the mediumship show with Florence King. Angela going to be there singing. She's a Spotify artist as well. And then after that, Light, who is going to perform a full moon, on Saturday. on the Saturday with all this. Saturday
Oh, it is going on.
So the sing divine, feminine, and that one, yeah, that one is $75. The is the festival, which is where we have all the stall holders and psychic readings that are going to happen on the day. That's on the Sunday, and that's just a
Yeah, we're only getting every other word from you at the moment, Luda, which is a
sorry,
bit
my
anyway,
internet is so bad.
That's all right. That's okay. But yeah, so Jenny's saying that the Saturday from 2:00, you've got events on, and it's going to be really well worth doing, because anything that Jenny organises is always very professional, and she makes sure she gets the best of the best to come in, which is really lovely. So there'll be workshops as well as performances, and the full moon ceremony as well. So that all sounds rather exciting. So do we actually have a full moon coming up? I know we had one fairly recently. There seem to be an awful lot at the moment, which is interesting. Oh, Jenny, you're very welcome. Do you know, I think it's important. I was talking about this just now. It's really important that you don't keep everything to yourself, that you actually share with one another and share with each other. And being able to help promote other people's events, for me, is important. And that's what this platform for me is about giving out to as many people as possible. So, you know, I don't sit there and go, I'm not telling you anything about you, because it's all about me. And that's not the way we do things. That's not the way I do things anyway. So, okay, so if you can hot foot it down to Wollongong, to the Builders Club, it is going to be an amazing couple of days, and always Florence King is just incredible to watch and to work with. She's very much like Jenny Doherty. The first time I worked with Jenny, she was I had my jaw on the floor because of the way she was bringing the information through, and it was just incredible. And I had never worked with her before, and she asked me to. I was going to the UK, and she asked me would I like to work with her, and of course I wasn't going to say no. But it was a building of a friendship, so we've become best buddies, and I'm going over there to work with her again. And it's very similar with Florence, because Florence got a very unique way of. The same as Jenny, very unique way of giving information out from the spirit world. And it's always so funny, which I love. And it's interesting in that, because I was actually taught the SNU way, so the Spiritual National Union in the UK, and it was always pretty straight-laced. And I did my training a long time ago. Now I realize that it is so important to have fun and laughter, because just because we're talking to dead people doesn't mean to say that they haven't got their sense of humor still, because they do, and they want to bring that sense of humor through, which is really, really important. So, and you've got to be careful as well. You can't say, oh, I've got a man here, he tells me he was your uncle and he had a heart attack, and gosh, he was a happy-go-lucky person, when he was actually a miserable old devil. So you've got to be very honest in the way you describe people. But the other thing that I'm finding lately is the school of thought in the UK mainly is that you give evidence. Well, I personally believe, and I'm sure Lou, do you agree, that the message is just as important as the evidence of the person. Yes, we've got to get the person identified, but the lovely messages that they bring through, and it could be, you know, I'm sorry, I should have said I'm sorry before I passed, or thank you for being there with me when I was passing, or didn't we have such great times together, you know, or do you remember the time where, you know, Dad was lighting a coal fire with a piece of newspaper on the front, and the newspaper got sucked into the fire and all caught flames and ended up, you know, having to pat it all out on the mat, and things like that. So those are things that people will go, oh wow, how does she know that? And I think that's quite important, that we we give, and again, coming back to the dealing with somebody that's famous, I trusted that that was the information that I was getting. And when I actually said, I think, or if I didn't know any better, I thought I would think I was talking to or about Princess Diana. And they said, yes, you are. And that was just incredible for me. So you really, really do have to learn to trust implicitly what you're getting. And I see, and you probably do as well, Luda. So sorry, everybody, Luda's internet's not very good. We'll get her to talk in a minute. But you see some people and you know that they're not giving the information correctly, that they're filtering it or they're making it fit or they're doing something like that. And then that's not true mediumship. And I really feel that it's important that we do true mediumship. So hello, Ian, and hello, Leanne. Oh, Ian, I am using your glass. I was just talking about poor old Marilyn. I've got to stop putting her in the dishwasher because her pattern's coming off. Ooh. Hello, Rhonda. No readings tonight, Rhonda. The readings are going to be week 4. Although I do have my cards here. I do. So Rob Jones. Oh, lovely. How is that? Nice to see you, Rob. Nice to see you live doing what you do. Thank you. Yes, talking. I love to talk. So don't forget the Divine Soul. It's Divine Soul events, isn't it, Luda? Did you hear me? I think, yeah, Jenny said Divine Soul events, and she also said that you can go to the Facebook page for more information. So it's Wollongong Psychic and Wellbeing Festival. So if anybody's interested in that, then yeah, just go along. Thanks, Jenny. You're my prompter. Poor old Luda's sitting there.
Divine Soul events.
Yeah,
we're trying to let it be more. Yeah, it's just it.
Yeah. Jenny's prompting me on the chat thing here as well, Luda, which is rather lovely. So, okay. And I was also talking about the, I can't even say this word, Inteleki Living, which is in Woonona, which is a new hub that's opened.
Yeah.
That
I'm
is,
sorry, I don't know. Sorry, the internet. Jenny knows very well that my internet is very shonky. It's very bad. I've got to get into that, sort that out. Oh, good.
Okay.
Oh, good.
That's all right. Rob says, just wondering, Val, if you've got any events up here in the future. Look, I'm hoping to. I am hoping to. That's Katoomba. I did Katoomba with Florence a couple of months ago, and it was lovely. It was really, really.
Did not hear a word of what you said, Val.
Sorry, Luda. Okay, so we've done that one. So at the moment, I'm listening to the audiobook of Tina Turner, My Love Story. I thought it was her life story, but it is the love story. And it's actually really lovely. But what I like about it, I was listening to it and certain words have jumped out at me. And she was talking about living in Switzerland. And she said, the people in Switzerland are so polite and they are so gentle. And she said that this was very alien to her compared to when she lived in America. And she also talked about that there is a togetherness and a connectivity with the people there. And I actually think that's quite a shame that we don't see that everywhere. I don't know what's happened to the world, but it doesn't seem to be quite so gelling. It just seems to be, I don't know. I heard somebody talking to me today about, and it seems like a them and an us situation. And it shouldn't be a them and an us situation. It should be we work together. So like I said here about sharing other people's work and other people's events, that is so important. And that's what I think we should put on, I know we should be doing on a daily basis, you know, with the people around us. And it's really important. important. So, but I actually was prompted to read these books, the Tina Turner story, because I actually went to see her show live on stage. Oh my goodness me! If you haven't seen it, go and see it, because it was the most powerful. And the people who actually play the part. Jenny, you're right. Sharing is caring. Somebody else has already said that, and it's true. But the people who play the part of Tina Turner herself. I know the show I went to. Apparently, there's two ladies that play the part, and at the very end, it was like a real Tina Turner concert, and they sang three of her best hits. And it was just incredible. And you felt like you were at a Tina Turner show. It was that magical. Anyway, I wanted to go and find out some more about her life story. I do need to read the first part, but she got to the latter part of her life, and then she meets this beautiful Swiss guy who she didn't really believe in the beginning, but he kept going and kept going and kept going. And it was lovely because she ended up with a kidney issue. And he actually donated one of his kidneys to her as well. And I was listening to that thinking, oh my gosh, that's true love. So I want to know, is anybody out there that would be willing to donate me a kidney if ever I needed one? But knowing me, I'd probably be out donating mine. But anyway, so what else can we talk about? Oh yeah, how do readings help? Let me know, any of you on here, how do readings help you? Because this is an interesting one, because some people get different things from a reading, but I want to know how a reading helps you. So if anybody's got anything they want to share there. I know when I've had readings myself, it's about, Ian, you're laughing. It's about, connecting your loved ones and bringing that information through to know that they're around you and they're still working with you. And that is very, very important. But it's also, I know years ago, I was told we couldn't do psychic connections. And now they're allowing that to happen. And it was because you're a medium, not a psychic. And now they're saying there is a place for being a psychic. And I think that is very important, because some people need to know whether their businesses need, I need help in my business. I want to know, is this house going to be one of mine, or am I going to get this house, or is this relationship going to work? And people need to know those things, as well as, is my mum or my dad still around me? Can they see what I'm up to? Do they know what I'm doing? And I think that is very, very important. Okay, Luda, I've just seen your messages, by the way, so thank you. Florence is Saturday. Okay, thank you. Yes, clarity and reassurance. Sam Anther, I love that. Clarity and reassurance, and I think that's very important. Knowing that your loved ones are still around, knowing that they can still be with you, guiding you, holding your hand and giving you those little prompts. And, we need to pay attention and we need to listen. I say this all the time, but, they must get so fed up with us up there. Going, hello, talk to me. And then when they eventually get that opportunity to talk to us, whether it's through a medium or they talk directly to us, it doesn't matter. But I think it's really important. Yeah, Rob says it's readings help with being secure and safe. That's a lovely way of putting it, Rob. Thank you. Also encourages relationships with the spirit team that grows. Yeah, absolutely. That's a different way of saying it. But the more you connect with spirit, the bigger your spirit team becomes, and then the more help you're going to get. And I keep saying they won't let you down. They will not let you down. And it's the most so we've got Rob Jones, and now this is Rob Wilson. It's the most rewarding after reading when you feel the difference in the person who had the reading. Absolutely. I've seen so many people who've come in for a reading completely crumpled. I know Tina's on here. And Tina, you were one of those people. And I really thought you were 10 years older than me, and you were 10 years younger. But when you left my house after that reading, you skipped out. It was like it's almost like you'd given you a renewed life. And I know it was you'd lost your son, and I know you can never bring him back, but the evidence that was brought through from him was just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Anyway, I won't go into it. And Nat has said she made peace with her grandmother 20 years after her passing, due to her coming through others, apologizing and explaining her new perspective from the other side. Yeah. So when we go over the other side, we are confronted with everything that's happened in our life, and we've got to go over it, and we've got to look at it, and we've got to work out, what we did that wrong, we did that right, or we could maybe have done that differently. But yeah, absolutely. Okay. So I wanted to mention the kids all went back to school this week, which is great. I'm seeing lots of happy people having their children back at school. But I talked last week about my granddaughters buying crystals and feeling the energy, because they said that the crystals were buzzing. And the little boy next door, he's the same age as one of my granddaughters, and he went to the crystal shop with his mum and bought 5 or 6 crystals with his own money, and then took such delight in bringing them in and showing me what crystals they were. And then we looked at the crystal book. I lent him my crystal Bible, and oh my gosh, he treated it like it was gold. And we couldn't identify all of them because they were a couple of strange ones. I was saying about the crystal fair that I went to with Chris Dever yesterday, and there were some very obscure crystals I'd never heard of before. They were super beautiful though, and some of the spheres were this big, and apparently you have to get them delivered because they were so heavy. But I think it's amazing when you're getting 4 and 5-year-olds who are looking at crystals and feeling the energy and know and understand what they're about. Can you say anything, Luda? Oh, it's such a shame. Rob Wilson said, I did a reading through Zoom for a lady who, as a result of the message her mother relayed to her through me, she was able to make peace with her mother. Fantastic. Fantastic. And I think that's really, really important, that we can do that.
I don't know if it works. Can you or it's I don't know. I think it's really delayed. So yeah, sorry.
I can hear you now. Okay. We're going to have to get your internet fixed. Yes, have a look at your own grandchildren or children around you, and let them hold the stones. My grandchildren used to go out in the street and pick up stones and say, "Oh, Nanny, we found you this special stone," and it had to go in my collection. Otherwise, they would have been devastated. I've still got them because they were, to them, they were very precious and special. So
yeah, it's about 5 minutes delayed.
There is about 5 minutes. It's really weird, isn't it? You could go and have a cup of tea and I wouldn't even know you were gone. Anyway, it's still lovely to have you here, and your energy as well. And Luda, I know you do such good work, and you're working well with, you've worked well with Florence and I, and for that I thank you. But you're also working extremely well with Jenny Wedderburn as well. So I'm going to try and get down I think I'm free on that 24th, 25th. So I'm going to try and get down and have a look at what you're up to. So the other thing that I wanted to say, I experienced my first beach carnival here. Now, I didn't know what a beach carnival was. I thought it was going to be all loops and whoops and rides and whatever. And it wasn't. It was all the teams, the surf life saving clubs, coming to the beach and competing against one another. And my granddaughter's team and my son-in-law's team, because he's a surf life saver as well. I can never say that right properly. But but they belong to Taroji. And there were only 8 members of Taroji Club that came. And you know what? They won 6 medals. I was absolutely blown away by that. My granddaughter got one as well. And one of the little boys, he's 8, and he got 3. So it was just incredible. We would have had more, but apparently there was a kerfuffle over the baton being handed over at the end of the last relay. But it was incredible to watch these children, the strength and the courage and the determination. All they wanted was to win, and that competitive spirit. I think it's really lovely to see that. And the waves were incredible, but they were still diving through the waves and doing the whatever they call it, wading. I think it was a wading race. But yeah, this is all new to me. Australia is a completely different culture, but I'm telling you, somebody said to me the other day, I went into a cafe and I recognized them and I said, "Oh, hello," and they went, "Oh my gosh, you look like an Australian." So yay, I've infiltrated into being Australian. So that was extremely brilliant to watch, but it was very long. That was the only thing. It was very tiring. So if I was tired not doing anything, you can imagine what the competitors were like. So let me have names for healing, please. This is really, really good. No need to apologize, Luda. To apologize. Right. So we haven't had many. So experience with, I love the fact that we can put things right after people have passed over. It's lovely. And I talked about talking to dead people, and when I first started saying that, I thought, oh gosh, people are going to think that I'm just sensationalizing or whatever, but it isn't. We are actually talking to dead people, so why can't we just say that? Just be honest and just be straight. You don't want to say, oh, I'm talking to spirits in the whatever, even though they are spirits anyway. But how many of you actually talk to your own loved ones and ask them for help and guidance and then listen for their answers? I think that is something else that we forget to do, and we forget to ask for help for ourselves or healing for ourselves because we think it's selfish and we should be asking for somebody else. But if you're not right in yourself, how are you going to be right for other people? So very important that you remember Adele and Cheryl for healing. Yep. And I will make sure those names go in my lovely book, which is here. Thank you. New subscriber, my spiritual sisters and family, Andrea 54 Hector. Lovely to have new ones. That's really good. I love having new people coming on and I don't know, where have you come from? Let me know, Andrea, where you're from. Sam Antha, where are you from? There was a couple of other new people up ahead that were new as well. So we're going to make sure that Luda gets her internet fixed and then we can talk to her properly. And yeah, I've said about the events that I'm doing with Jenny in May. So I actually leave here on the 6th of May, I think it is, and I'm here until about the 3rd of June. Oh, Liverpool, great. Liverpool in Australia, not Liverpool in England. And Andrea 54 Hector is from Chicago. Well done. Thank you. That's very nice. That's I just come up from the Windy City. The Windy City is mighty pretty. I love the musicals. Sorry. Yes, so Jenny and the events that we're doing over there is going to be great. I'm not sure still if I'm going to be doing any readings. I'm catching up with family, but if I do readings, I will let people in the UK know, but I will give you plenty of warning on that one. So what else do we want to talk about? Yes, have you... I still want to know about how readings have helped. Jenny Palmer. Hello, Jenny. How are you? I hope you're well over there in Adelaide.
Love Calamity Jane.
What was that, Jenny? What was that, Luda? Oh, Calamity Jane. Yes, a very, very good, a good musical. Okay, so Names for healing, I've already said. Kids are back at school. Crystals. Okay. I think I need some questions from people. Who's got a question for me? I love answering questions. Anybody got anything they want to say? And keep an eye on my my page, by the way, because I am oh, Ian, stop it. News on my new book. I'm so busy with the socials.
I said I like love.
Calamity Jane, yeah. It's a great film. Doris Day, I think, was the actress, and she was incredible. Very versatile actress as well. So news on my new book. It's still halfway done, and I haven't progressed any more with it, I'm afraid. But I will once I get my head around all of this social stuff, and then I get ahead of myself. I think that's going to be important. Jenny, I hope everything is well with your family. Okay. All right. Luda is going to leave us. But thank you for coming on, Luda. It was really lovely. And I'm just so sorry that your internet, because you've always got such wonderful things to say. But we will grab you and get you on again. All right. So I will say goodbye and I will let you go. Okay. Oh, that sounds rude. It says kick from the studio. There we go. And then you have me. And I've got a couple of things. Why did the spirit I saw in Hinkler Park show itself to me? Oh, well, because he knew he could. That's almost like the, oh gosh, Robbie. No, not Robbie. What's his name? Oh, what was the name of the comedian who did a film recently? He's in The Office. Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais is walking along in that film, and then the dead people suddenly realize that he can see them, and then they all start following them. And I think sometimes, spirit need to know that they can be seen. There's a reason that they want to be seen. So maybe, just say, thanks for being there. Not quite sure what you want, but please let me know in the coming times. I think that probably would help. Karen Bullitt, lovely to see you. Do you invite in specific archangels for specific assistance? I don't. A lot of people do, Rob. And this is Rob Jones. A lot of people do, but I just invite whoever wants to come in, as long as, and this is important, they are suitable to my environment. Now, when I say that, I protect my surrounding because I don't want anybody in there. I only want good spirits. So, and then I make those connections and invite them in, and that's all good. But I don't want anybody willy-nilly just jumping in. But yeah, I mean, Archangel Michael is travel, and they've all got a different title. They're all there for different reasons. So you could invite them in for different reasons. The same as you could invite in, you could say, I love it when I invite my dad, because if I do lots of DIY projects, and when I get stuck, I always say, "Oh, Dad, can you help me?" Because he taught me everything I know. Look at that, thumbs up! Don't you just love it? So, so when it's something like that, or I'll invite my nan in, who is the tea leaf reader. I'm going to be doing some work tonight, maybe a little bit tough. Do you think you can come and help me, Nan? But I'm always told that she's by the side of me and working on stage with me, which is rather lovely. Yes, it is a shame, Ian, but I haven't had time because I've been so busy, but I'm getting there. And Rob Wilson, you said you saw it from a short distance. That's really lovely, though, that you're seeing spirit. How many others of you see spirit? I hope you're not frightened by it. I know when I first used to see spirit, which was when I was 7 years old. I'm looking at amazing sunset out there, by the way. I used to be terrified of seeing, and it was only my nan. She wouldn't have hurt me at all. Now I know that, but as a 7-year-old, not understanding what I was seeing or what was going on. I didn't have a clue. But now I know that they're good. They're going to help me. They work with me, and that they're not going to hurt me. And majority of us see spirit, or work with spirit, or get messages from spirit, who are family, friends, loved ones, and they wouldn't have hurt us when they were here. So why would they hurt us when they're in spirit? I know that there are some spirits who come through to say, I'm sorry. And I think that is really important that they get that opportunity. Some people are not accepting of that. I know years ago I had, and I was so new to all the, doing church services and everything. And I brought a lady's dad through, and she just screamed at me, I don't want to talk to him. Oh my gosh. And I'm saying to the spirit world in my head, bring somebody else through. I've got to ask you to step aside. And the lady's grandmother came through and brought through the most beautiful message. And at the end, the lady in the audience came up to me, and she was in tears, and she said, was that really my dad? And I'm so sorry I didn't speak to him. And I said to her, it's interesting. I said, because the message that you just got from your nan was the same message that you would have got from your dad. That's why she was so emotional. And that's why she was apologetic for not accepting her dad into that reading. And she went away healed from obviously the trauma of the relationship with her dad. So, they will get their message through somehow or other. But yeah, some people who've passed over, we don't want to talk to. I get that. But when they go into the spirit world, they have to do their, I'm going to say due diligence. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but they are sort of, you get that day of reckoning that you have to look at your life and the way you treated people. So you do have to, and then you do have to make or redress the balance, and then you can come back and talk to people and say, I'm really sorry, and they will give their reasons for being sorry, which is really lovely. So Diana, nice to finally be able to attend one of your Monday talks. It's really nice to have you on here, Diana. Where are you from as well? And Darren says he's seen spirit over the years, but the freakiest thing I've seen was people getting on the bus and they were reptilian, glanced away, then they were human. Weird. They're out there, Darren. We can't deny certain things. This is a strange time and a strange world. But if you told people that there were aliens amongst us, they'd probably freak out themselves. So yeah, just believe what you believe. Diana is from Brisbane. Oh, I'm coming up to Brisbane. So again, later this year, I'm coming to Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Canberra, and Canowindra, which is absolutely good. Oh, Happy New Year to you as well. I haven't got any dragons in here apart from me. My ex-husband used to call me a dragon. Isn't that terrible? But maybe I was at the time. However, but yes, happy Chinese New Year. I hope everybody will be celebrating that in style. And do you know what I love about the Chinese New Year? It is so colorful. I saw some celebrations and parades today, and they were just magical, really magical. Yes, Tracy, I'm coming to Brizzy. And I'll come and see you again, which is most definitely. Chaley, hello. I love coming to see you, Tracy, and you're still in my healing book, by the way. So again, any names for healing, let me know. And when I go to the UK, I'm going to pick up another one of these books because I'm going to go to Hever Castle, where I got this from. And there's lots and lots of people who need healing. And please let me know, if there's anything. Hold on, let me put my information up again, because we're just coming to the end. I'll put my information up. If you want anything from me, any comments or any healing or anything like that, please email me or link to my website and go onto my database so I can keep you up to date with where I'm going to be and when I'm going to be there. I'm excited about all of these. These were only offered to me last week, so frantically working on putting them all in place. Healing for you, Samantha, definitely. And Robert Wilson would never think of me as a dragon. A goddess, absolutely, but never a dragon. Ah, yes, but I can breathe fire when I need to. Yeah, you know what? It's interesting. I'm not one who likes confrontation. I find it really, really hard. Confrontation is a difficult one for me because I don't like upsetting people. I don't like hurting people's feelings. But sometimes things need to be said, and it's so difficult for me to say them. Ian, I hope you're not agreeing with the dragon, but it's sometimes things need to be said. Whether it's with family, friends, or work colleagues, or whatever, things need to be said. And I'm sort of at the stage in my life at the moment where I'm not thinking. Well, yes, I am thinking about other people's feelings. Yes, I am, because I always do. But I'm over hurting myself, and I'm hurting myself by not saying things to other people. So I'm saying things to other people. Now, before I go, I can't go without telling you it's my birthday this week, and I'm creeping ever so close to that big 70. Not this year, but I'm creeping very close to it. I call it speaking your truth. Yes, Robert, it is. And I think it's really important. It's interesting because I was brought up to keep quiet, not to speak up. Your place is to be seen and not heard. And then all the way through my life, because of that, it has been really difficult. So happy hatching day. I love that, Samantha. That is really beautiful. Yes, my little granddaughters are baking me a cake. I got no idea what it's going to be, but they want to bake me a cake. I told them, please don't put the 69 candles on it because the cake will melt. So one of them said, I'm going to put a 6 and a 9. And the other one said, don't tell her what we're doing. Just makes me laugh. Yeah, I did have one last year as well. Happy birthday. Thank you. I think it must be the genes. My mother always looked so young for a very, very long time. And yes, I had a birthday. Robert, you're 60. You're never 62. Oh my gosh, Robert. Okay. Anybody else got birthdays around now? Because I'm surrounded by Aquarians. I love it. I love it. My dad used to do that, Rob. He used to go backwards, and then we never knew what age he was. Yeah. Hello, Claire. Yes, I'm very, very well, and just enjoyed chatting away. And Luda was supposed to join in, but bless her internet didn't work, which was such a shame. March the 16th, that makes you a Piscean, I think, Chaley. Yeah, so you're the next one up from me. But Aquarians are quirky people. We do oh, you're also an Aquarian, Nat. Do you know what's interesting? Years ago, I used to have a business, and it was a secretarial business, and obviously it was my business, so I interviewed everybody. And one day I said, oh, I'm going to put their birthdays down so I can remember their birthdays. And 90% of them were in February or January. So they were Aquarians. And the others were, in the main, Librans and Gemini. And I think there was only one outside of that. And I thought that was very, very spooky. So I'm obviously picking people who resonated with me. And that's what I'm finding with a lot of my friends. They seem to be in the same sort of air sign. According to my cousin, she tells me I'm a bit of an airhead and I'm floating and my big toe doesn't even touch the ground. Anyway, you're the 22nd, so you're a Pisces. Only just though, Jenny. But we still got on very well together. And yes, Robert, we are recycled teenagers. I love it. But I can't even turn mine around because that would make me 96. At least when I was younger, I could turn it round and I would be younger. But anyway, I'm going to act my shoe size, not my age from now on. Listen. I am really happy to have been on here tonight. I hope we've shared some enlightenment in amongst all the frivolity. But this chat for me is about sharing and being happy with people, and letting people know that it's okay to be happy and talk about dead people and what happens with the experiences that you have. But even, if you're joining this live after it's finished, still let me know your questions and still let me know your names for healing, because I will go through this and I will make sure that all the questions are answered. So that is really important, that you know that I do check. And if anybody wants the meditation for chakra balancing, also let me know, because I can send that to you. All you need to do is put chakra balancing and your email address, and I will make sure it gets sent out to you. Oh, so Jenny, you're a Pisces. You're just over the edge as well. That's really good. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go, and I find it really hard that we can't do the music and the healing and all of that like I did at the beginning. But Facebook are very, very tough at the moment, and if you play any music, they will just mute you. So I'm sending out love and healing to every single one of you. And thank you, Rob. That's really lovely. You always enjoy my live. And I bring my beautiful infectious energy and laughter. And that's what this is all about. It's showing you that, as I said, talking to dead people is normal. It's not abnormal. This is the most natural thing in the world. We're born with the ability to connect to spirit. We're born with the ability to heal. And we get to about the age 5 to 8, and the big bad world takes over. And Toodles, most definitely, the big bad world takes over. And we're made to think that this is taboo. It's not something we should be doing. Or we're talking to imaginary friends, all of those things. And I personally used to keep it all to myself, because I didn't want people to think I was a nutcase. I am, but it's very important to know that this is the most natural thing in the world. So a gentle reminder, Jenny has got her Wollongong Festival in the Builders Club in Wollongong on the 24th and 25th of February. So it's coming up in a couple of weeks' time. It's going to be an absolute action-packed, full weekend of events. So please go and check that out if you're in the area. And also I've got to read this off here because I can't say it, Entelechy Living. So Entelechy. And they've got yoga, iridology, tapping, vinyasa, qigong, massage, sound healing, health checks. And yeah, so that's in Woonona as well. And that's on the highway, 479 Princess Highway. So Vanessa, lovely to see you. I'm just about to finish, but I'm hoping that you'll be able to listen. But I'm very well, thank you. And I hope you are too. Yeah. Val taught me how to learn, Claire. That's really lovely, actually, Claire. Thank you. And you know what? Anybody can do this. We've just got to have the right teacher with the right methods. And not every teacher is right for every person. And that's something we have to realize. And, if you're in a group and you've just plateaued, then maybe it's time for you to move on to somewhere else, because there are teachers out there that will give you something different. Jenny Doherty, my beautiful friend, we've just been talking about you. And I have on my fridge, I've got things that you've sent me, but I have got this one here next to my computer. I wish I lived next door. But yeah, you're a beautiful friend, and you're late, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you're with the UK. But yes, the right teacher with the right tools, and not every teacher is right for you. So remember that. And talking about that, I've got online classes, and what else have I got? I've got other things as well. I forget what I'm doing. Shows and Central Coast. Oh, I'm on the Central Coast at the Central Coast Spiritualist Church on the 3rd of March. And I'm doing house parties all over the place at the moment. So if anybody wants a house party within 3 hours off me, I'm very, very happy to come and do that. It's 10 to 15 people, and everybody gets a reading, and they also get a reading from one of my, it starts off with a reading from one of my cards, and then I go into mediumship. So, okay, I could stay here all night. This feels really gorgeous, actually. But don't forget Jenny's event in Wollongong, Anna's new hub that she's opened up, Entelaki Living, and me with all my stuff that's coming up. But watch out, because it's going to be there. So, as again, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide. So Adelaide includes Elizabeth and Bordertown, and hopefully Renmark. That's what I'm trying to organize at the moment. And Melbourne will be the center of Melbourne, and also near the Macedon Ranges. Brisbane is going to be a couple of different venues as well. So I'm really excited about all of that. As I said, only came about last week, so I've just got to still get it up there. But I'm going to go and have, I was going to go for a trip down the beach, but I think it's a bit late now. But I wish you all well. I wish you all love and healing. And remember, send it out to as many people as you can, because you don't know what's going on in somebody else's life, and they may have that beautiful smiley mask on, but they might be hiding something. I'm not saying anything sinister, but you know, they may be going through issues, and it's so lovely to just send that healing energy to them, and try reading people's energies and see what you get. I often look at people and think, oh, I can see that negative or that dark or whatever it is. It just doesn't feel comfortable. So I always, you know, zap them with my my healing as much as I can. But yeah, and it's the same as us. Nobody knows what we're going through unless they walk in our shoes. They've got no idea. And it's the same with other people. So spare a thought for others who may not be in a happy place. Jenny, you are funny. You always call him Ian Wonderbra. I love it. But I'm going to go. But love to all of you. And thank you for listening. And anybody that joins afterwards, don't forget your healing names and your messages and questions as well. I would love to be able to help you. But I'm going to go. I've said that 4 times now. Really, really, really going to close. Okay. Lots of love.